Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Committee of the Whole meeting for Monday, April 22nd. Let the record show that all aldermen are here except Alderman Clements, who is traveling for pleasure. Let's see. First item of business is approved Committee of the Whole minutes for April 8th, 2019. Do I have a motion? Alderman Swanson.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Hruby. Any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that's unanimous. Items of business 3A, consider suspending the rules to allow Alderman Bruno to chair this meeting and vote on all action items on this agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Burkhart.
Second.
Second by McGowan. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Abstain. Okay, on to items of business. 3B, C, D, and E are all related to Geneva Chamber of Commerce Swedish Days.
And the arts fair.
And the arts fair. I'm sorry. If you wouldn't mind, if we could have Paula come up from the chamber to go over just kind of broad overview of any changes and interesting things about Swedish Days this year.
Hello.
First
Thank you.
of all,
Thank you
what
for
is
having me.
Swedish Days now?
What is it? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's 70 years this year, so it's very exciting. So thank you for having me come speak. I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a overall not discussion, but kind of let you know what things we're going to be doing new this year. There's a lot of rumors going around that the thing's being cut by days and all this. So I want it on the record, it's not being cut. So, but we are kind of slowing things down a little bit. So just a quick synopsis of what we're going to be doing. Tuesday, which is usually the first day of Swedish Days, which it still will be, but we're making it more about the downtown Geneva merchants. So we're going back to a little bit of a Moonlight Madness. It's not staying open until midnight like it used to because we just can't stay up that late anymore. So it's going to about 9 o'clock. We're still going to have the craft brew tent going. We're going to have the merchants will have some good sidewalk sales and some fun things. Restaurants will have discounts. So we're just kind of bringing it down so people can come down and come shopping without hordes and hordes and hordes of people. So that's one thing we're changing. Wednesday will now be the Park District Day. So what we intended that to be is more of another family night where you'll be able to see your girls cheer and your kids kick their balls and all your different singing and dancing kind of things going on with the Park District. We'll also have the Geneva it's Got Talent that night as well. So that will be our music. So what we're intending to do is to not have so many bands and saving us money so that the bands that we do have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are much better quality now. So we're going more for quality than the quantity as far as the bands are concerned. So that has kind of gone downhill a little bit in the last few years. Let's see, Thursday we wanted to add, so to say the least, since I've been here, I've been talking to a lot of people in here and a lot of comments, good and bad. And I like to hear them because it's the only way we can make change is if we hear the bad things as well. We always hear that down on the south side of 3rd Street never gets anything during Swedish Days. It's true. So what we're going to try and do is on that Thursday evening do a smaller car show in the same field that we do at the courthouse. And they'll have some of the businesses will donate some of their food, and they'll have a DJ just to do something from 5 to 9 down at the other end, just to kind of give some business to those businesses down there. We're really trying to move things down a little bit further. The kids area, that Creation Station, which is usually down by the courthouse, will now be moved to the tent where the beer garden is, because that's a wasted space all day long. So we're using that to do more creative kids activities. And then behind that tent, we have another tent, and that is to appease some of our members and businesses that are right there, to bring people down to that area, because they say that big tent in front of their store it makes it look like nobody is there. So we're bringing some more activities down there Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have our new yoga company that just moved in, is doing yoga demos on one day. We're getting somebody to bring in a big bird of prey and that kind of thing in that back tent area there. So we have a few things going on there. And then the other newest thing is we're bringing back a small arts and crafts fair, and that's going to be on 2nd Street from State to James, and then just partway down James, and it won't block any of those drives, so that people can still go in and out. So it's going to be a small one, maybe about 60 booths. We're just trying to get it on this side of town, and also to appease people who are on this side of town as well, to bring some people down into that area. So we're really just trying to move it around and spread the wealth a little bit, and just try some new things, yet they're old things that were taken away, but they didn't work because they were in strange places, or they were too big, or they were on the wrong days. So it's really thinking about how the public is now. To have an arts and crafts show on a Wednesday and a Thursday, it's impossible to find people to show on those days anymore, and it's, been Friday and Saturday are the days where people want to come downtown for that. We're also going to try to, we will add a bus service for the crafters, the employees, and our volunteers that go from downtown here to Burgess Field on Friday and Saturday. So we're going to try that this year and see how that works, if it alleviates some traffic. So I'm just trying to, hit some of the big problems that I've heard since I've been here. So if there's any questions or any comments?
What days will the carnival be active?
Carnival will be Tuesday through Sunday still, same times.
Carnival is still
Yes.
Tuesday through Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions from the dais before we start voting on stuff?
Can you promise me some good weather before you vote?
We'll put it on the next agenda.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paula.
Thank you.
Okay, first item of business, 3B, recommend approval of special event Geneva Chamber Swedish Days, June 18th to 23rd, 2019, including request for use of public right-of-way and city services. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Swanson,
Second.
seconded by Kilberg. Is there any discussion on that item from the public? Seeing none, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 3B, recommend approval for draft resolution requesting closure of traffic lanes on closure of traffic lanes on State Route 38 for Swedish Days Parade, June 23rd, 2019. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Marks,
Second.
seconded by Burkhart. Any discussion from the public? Seeing none, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 3D, recommend approval of Class E6 special event liquor license to Geneva Chamber of Commerce for craft beer tent, June 18th through 23rd, 2019. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Burkhart, seconded by Marks. Any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. 3E, recommend approval of special event at Geneva Chamber of Commerce Arts Fair, July 27th to 28th, 2019, including request for us of public use. Oh, okay. Use of public right-of-way and city services. Do I have a motion? Moved by McGowan, seconded by Swanson. Any discussion? In the audience? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. 3F, recommend draft resolution authorizing waiver of bidding process and execution of contract with Centrasys for wastewater plant centrifuge repairs in an amount not to exceed $33,472. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Burkhart,
Second.
seconded by Radecki. Any discussion? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Stephanie will give us some detail on that.
Sure, what you've always wanted to know about centrifuges. The thickening centrifuge is a critical piece of equipment used to remove excess water from waste-activated sludge prior to the digestion process. The unit went online in 2004 and is required to operate on a daily basis. Staff recently noted some increased vibrations during an operation, and the centrifuge was taken offline, cleaned, and sent to the manufacturer for inspection. And Centrasys of Kenosha, Wisconsin evaluated the centrifuge on 57 individual checkpoints and rated each from normal to severe wear. They recommended service actions, repair or replacement, to prevent future wear and prevent more costly catastrophic failure. The unit was last serviced in 2015. The total cost is based upon parts, labor, shipping, and installation of the centrifuge. We have with us this evening Superintendent Van Gescam and Director Babica. If you have more specific questions and want to know all about the wastewater centrifuge process.
You should have all received a link to several questions, or at least one question on this item.
And a picture.
And a photograph. Getting multimedia now. Are there any questions from the dais for staff about this project? None from the public? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 3G, recommend draft resolution authorizing execution of labor contract with Utility Dynamics for 2019 through 2020 underground electric cable replacement in an amount not to exceed $622,205.70. Do I have a motion? Moved by Marks. Seconded by Ruby.
Okay. I'll take it away.
Ms. Dawkins, please.
This is for the underground electric replacement contract, which is included in the fiscal year 20 budget. Bids were solicited, and Utility Dynamics was the low bidder. Work is to take place in 5 locations: Center Street from Anderson to Grant, the Muse and Kinston Courts, East State Street from Longview to Kirk Road, Route 31 and 3rd Street, and Dunston Road south of Fargo Boulevard. This evening, we have Director Babica to answer any additional questions that you may have.
Alderman McGowan.
Thank you. My question is, how did the city determine which locations needed to have the electric cables replaced at this time?
Again, I'll defer to Director Babica.
The selection of candidates for cable replacement is based on a number of factors, including the overall age of the cable, as well as the service issues or service interruptibility issues that we've had within that area. The facilities manager and the superintendent go through their service requests and those factors and come up with a list within the resources that are allowed.
Okay, thank you. And so is this kind of like the street paving, it's cyclical? Do you already kind of have an idea of which areas are going to need the electric cable replacement work done in the next fiscal year?
I would probably say we're not that far advanced in our schedule, but it is an annual program. You are correct in that. And basically, as soon as this program gets up and operational, about halfway through this program, they start looking at next year's program.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else from the dais? From the public? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item H, recommend draft resolution authorizing execution of a professional services agreement with Stanley Consultants for South Street Substation Relay Upgrade Project in the amount of $95,000, and allow the city administrator to approve up to $9,500 in change orders for a total not to exceed amount of $104,500. Do I have a motion? Moved by McGowan,
Second.
seconded by Marks.
Okay, so the protection relays at the South Street substation have been identified as needing replacement due to time in service. This equipment has been in service continually since the substation was built in 2001, and they're now reaching the end of their expected time in service. The professional service agreement with Stanley Consultants will include design, bidding support, project and construction support, and final documents for the relay upgrade project. Due to the complexity of the project, staff is recommending that a 10% contingency be included in the overall not-to-exceed amount to account for any unforeseen field changes that may occur. Any such changes would be approved by the city administrator prior to being applied to the contingency. And again, we have Director Babica with us if you have any additional questions.
I believe we also got some additional information about this via email. Any questions or discussion from the dais on this item? From the public? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Also passes unanimously. We had a perfect game tonight. Pardon me. Last item, item
That's how you usually jinx it.
Item 4, new business public comment. Is there any new business from the dais? Alderman Burdecki.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I just wanted to mention something. I know we all received an email from Joe Stanton today from Fagan's about the marquee and the change of ownership with that building. And I just thought it'd be a good time to, you know, publicly thank Joe for all the years and years that he's managed that marquee. I mean, that's kind of an iconic thing. When I go down State Street, my eyes go there all the time. I read that thing every single time I go through State Street, and you know, I think there's probably a little bit more work to maintaining that than what we think. There's a lot of people that want to get on that. Somebody's got to maintain it. I think when it was originally taken over by the Booz family, they put a lot of money into the sign, and I think the city also booted some facade grant money as well to make sure that we, you know, kept that. And I think it was a real good save, because, you know, I'm big on historic preservation, so I wanted to make sure that we did.
That's what I think when I hear
But
Burdecki.
I just wanted to really give a shout out to Joe. I think he's had it for 20 years. He's managed it he never charged a fee to anybody for it. I think for 12 or 15 years, he actually climbed the ladder himself to change those, you know, the letters around on it. And I think it's a big part of our community. And, you know, and he's done a lot of other things. You know, he's moved buildings and, you know, preserved, I think he's, last county had 10 or 12 projects in the historic district. So I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out for, you know, all the work, and to the Booz family and everybody, and to the Park District for taking that over and maintaining that. So it's a good thing, and I hope it's up there for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anything from the public for new business? Item 5, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Marks,
Second.
seconded by Kilberg. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting stands adjourned.